For this simple kneeling quad stretch, you're going to have one knee on the floor and one leg forward with your back foot slightly elevated. If you need to make it easier, you can keep your foot on the floor. You're going to feel this stretch on the front side of the leg that's down on the ground. You want to try to get tall in this position. Use any padding for your knees if you need it. And to make it a little bit more challenging, if that's too easy for you and you want more of a stretch, you can always elevate your foot a little bit higher. You can use yoga blocks or anything you can place your foot on. You can either do toes down or you can point your toes back behind you, as long as you feel the stretch in the front of the leg. As you're stretching, try to tuck your tailbone under your hips, and at the same time, you want to move your hips forward into the stretch, holding for 20 seconds. For the standing quad stretch with knee on chair, you're going to place your knee either on a chair or on a bench, anything that allows you to stand up tall. And you can use some support with your hands by grabbing onto something. And then once you're in that position, you're going to start by tucking your tailbone under your hips and moving your hips forward until you feel an increased stretch on the leg that's on the chair. Hold this stretch for about 20 seconds before switching sides. And how do you increase the stretch from that position when it becomes too easy? Well, I'm glad you asked. You're going to grab your foot with the same side arm behind you and begin to lift up and practice the same technique. Tuck your tailbone, move your hips forward, holding for the 20 seconds, and then switching sides. And here's what the stretch looks like without any support. So if you want to challenge your balance and make it a little bit more challenging, same thing, you can have your hands on your hips, move the hips forward, hold for that amount of time. And then if you want to progress to the leg up, you're balancing on that one leg, try this variation when you want a little bit more of a challenge. The next stretch in our progression is going to be the couch stretch. This one comes a little bit later because it requires a lot more knee bending, and a lot of people have trouble bending their knee behind their body. So as you continue to progress, you might want to try this stretch by elevating your foot on a chair or on a couch so it's behind you. And you're going to get as tall as possible, maintaining the tail tuck position, moving the hips forward into the stretch. You're going to hold that for the same amount of time, about 20 seconds. And I also want to show you, because your posture might not look like this in the beginning, you might have to be a lot more forward. Your body might feel like it's being pulled forward, and that's okay. We can start to work over time, bringing those shoulders back as your posture improves. And a simple modification to help you with your posture is just by grabbing a chair in front of you or anything that you can place your hands on, and then using that as support to help pull your body back and bring your shoulders back over your hips as tall as you can. And for our last variation, we have the quad stretch with strap. Now, this stretch is usually a hit or miss with some people. It's a little hard to get into if you're by yourself. It works better if you have someone to help you. And then, of course, some straps have an easier ankle strap that you can wrap around the ankle, but it's worth giving a try. So with the strap around your ankle, you're going to grab the ends of it. You're going to lay on your stomach, and keeping your hips down, you're going to begin pulling the heel close to your hips. Remembering to press that right side hip down if you're working the right leg. Make sure that you breathe in slow and breathe out slow. Make sure your knee doesn't come off the floor, keeping the knee hip down. And you're going to hold that for about 20 seconds before switching sides. You may find it easier to lay on your side and do this stretch. And to do that, you keep your bottom leg straight, placing the ankle strap around the top ankle. Same method, just pull your ankle towards your hip behind you. Try not to move your hips or your shoulders. Try to stay long on your side. If you feel that stretch on the front of your leg, awesome. Hold that for 20 seconds, and then you can switch to the bottom leg.